Okay, the next question is, how can we, as ordinary people, help you?
As ordinary people, if you are in New Mexico, we're all struggling, because even we are. My family is. Our business is ready to tank at any time. If they do anything else, we're hanging on. What I need you to do is you need to go out and talk to as many people as you can. They're saying, the lie is, oh, we've never heard of you, but you're standing here talking to me. Now you know my name. They say this, I need you to go out to your laundromats, your gas stations, your schools, wherever you are, and you need to tell everybody your work. You need to tell them to look me up. I'll do the rest. I'll do the work. Send them my videos. You got to make contact. New Mexico has to stand up. And we're going to have a parade here. I'm going to go as long as I can until the wheels come off our cars. We're going to put them into the ground for you. Now, when this parade happens, I'm going to hit every town, every dot. We're going to go round and round. Yard signs cost money. We need everybody to hit that donate button on BedonieTough.com. You have to do it. $100, 100 people. $100 or 1,000 people, that's $100,000. We could completely plaster New Mexico with my name so that everybody know who I am. The children should know who I am. Kids in the corridor know who I am. They don't have an income. These little kids, 4-year-olds, but they have chalk. And they're writing my name, Bedonie, on the sidewalks. And they're getting in trouble for it. But they're doing it everywhere. Teach them my name. Tell people about me. That's the only way this is going to work. If we sit here and just think, well, she doesn't have a chance because nobody knows her. Give me the mic. Once I get that mic and I'm on that stage, and it's over. Because I tell the truth and the Lord walks with me. That's why I don't fear anything or anyone. So I'm excited about this because this is the first time in New Mexico history we don't have to vote for the lesser of two evils. I'm here. Amen. I'm here with the Lord. And it's exciting. It really is exciting because there's prophecies happening all over the United States that the First Nations will rise and help save America. Wow, but no one's called me. Montana's heard about me. Oh yeah, that's that Navajo lady. Well, maybe he should call me. Because you know what? No one's talking. Right now they're having a rally in Carlsbad. Them. But you know what? Leave them alone. It's the Democrats. It's your family. It's the Libertarians. It's the Independents. It's your people that need to hear about me. They already know about me. We don't need to be fighting with them anymore. But the numbers are, this is a weapon for you. She's going to split the vote. You bet I am. I need 15% of the Republicans, which I think I already have, the patriots, the ones that know, the great Americans. 15% will take it from Ronchetti. Take 15% of those Democrats, including Indian country. Then we'll sprinkle in the independents in Indian country. And then guess what? We will pass them. We will drop them under 32%. We will come in at 34, 36, 37%. We will win. This is the first time you ever see something like this. All I need is 15% of the Democrats. They're sick of her. They feel bad. They have voter remorse. And on the other side, we have patriots who know me. I'm a better Republican than most of them. I'm a better Republican than Ronchetti. I am pro-life. These are and you divide that up. How many months is that? 15 weeks. That's 4 months, right? You're killing a 4-month-old baby. And it's funny because the government issues us birth certificates after we come out. But they don't issue 9 months back when our actual life began. That's where birth certificates. So I'm actually older now, which is depressing, but you know what? I'm 9 months older than what my birth certificate tells me. So Ronchetti's at 15 weeks, and here's the stat for you. 93.4% of all abortions happen at week 13. He's only going to save 6%, he says, but he doesn't even have a plan for that. He's a 6%er. 6% is not pro-life. 4 months is not pro-life. So we have to get out there. You have to donate $100 now because we're down to 60 days. We have to start shipping right now because we got a new lieutenant governor who is awesome. He's coming in. His name is Efrain Gallardo. He's going to work the corridor where the war is. I did all the work out here. We're going inside now. He speaks Spanish. 60% of all New Mexicans are Spanish-speaking descent. Wow. He's young. He's 40 years old. He's in the medical field. He'll tell you what happened during COVID. He'll fight for you. He's an unvaxxer. He believes in me. He has my 6. He has more guns than I do. So I'm like, okay, you can run with me. And he loves my family, and I love his family. So then I realized this is my brother, and this is who I pick. And the Libertarians let me through SOS and Secretary of State election law. So we have a brilliant lieutenant governor. We're going to introduce him this coming week. After I get off of this tour, we head up north. We need money for yard signs. You want those yard signs? Then I need the money. We have to bring them in by the thousands. I have to make that run. And when I do the parade, I want you to jump in with your cars, honking the horns. We're going to hit every neighborhood. Every neighborhood. And you're going to see us go. We're going to fly our flags the way we did for Trump. We're going to do it for ourselves. We're going to save ourselves. And if we do the work 99% of the way, God will bless us with that last 1%. That's all I ask. We can't just say, God, take the wheel and let it go and pretend that we don't have to do enough. He'll give us that 1%, but if he only did 20%, then we're at 1%. We didn't do enough. We have to do it. We have to get on the ground. It's less than 60 days. Well, I think September will be 60 days. But it's scary and it's coming fast because I looked at Crystal. I'm like, what are we going to do when it's over? We're going to look at our phone and it's not going to ring, and it's going to be over. Whether we win or lose, it will be up to God. If you deserve a governor that loves New Mexico and loves you, then we'll win. If New Mexico deserves me, we will win. If we don't deserve to be saved and we deserve to go down with the ship, then Ronchetti will win. That's what God has told me. If they love you, like you love me, they will feel you, and you won't win. But that's not even the fear in it. The fear is, man, that first day, what are we going to do? It's a whole different game. And you're going to watch me roar. Because I do know how to raise 8 kids. And each one of them has 10 problems a day. I was filtering through 80 problems a day in my sleep. So it's easy. We have this. So this is what you can do for me. Is give me my name. Put it out there. Pray for me. Because, man, it's hard. It's really hard to get abused every day. It's really hard to get those death threats. It's really hard to tell me that I'm coming for your daughters. It's scary. They're very scary. We're in a big race, and they're scared. So God bless each and every one of you, and thank you for coming to visit me. I'll answer questions if you want, but take care. And I say these things in the name of Jesus. Amen.
What are you going to do with law enforcement, and how are you going to empower law enforcement here in the state of New Mexico?
Law enforcement question. I think that people that don't believe in law enforcement, nothing happens to them, which I don't think it does, because when something happens, you dial 911 and we wait for you to get here. Law enforcement needs to be very meticulously taken care of. And I've been talking to the chief of police in Farmington. He was with the association. He explained to me the deep depths of what they need to be empowered to actually clean out their own police departments. He said it's so hard getting rid of the bad apples because corruption is rampant. It runs right through the police departments. Crime is bad, and we have to be able to work together. And the whole social experiment of we're going to send a social service worker first before we send you was crazy. I think that we need to really work together, especially in a conservative manner. There's also a lot of education and training that needs to be done. I want to do whatever you guys are lacking. And we're going to have to dump a lot of money into our law enforcement to beef it up, especially with the drugs that are coming in. We don't hear about it because they don't talk about it because there's not enough of them to fight it. Even the heinous stuff we have to look at. How are we going to handle that? The things that you see. My heart goes out to you because even mental health and the support systems that you all don't have. I used to be married to a police officer. I know this. When he went out to go to the Santa Fe Training Center, they wanted him to become a state cop, but he didn't. But when he went through the process, I was studying the books with him because they give you all kinds of binders and stuff, and I was going through, and I learned a lot. I learned what they go through. But as a spouse of a law enforcement, I had no support. He came home every day, the things that he saw, the things that he went through, it was hard. He was mentally challenged, emotionally drained. I mean, one night he came home and he was covered in blood. I said, what happened? He says, there was a car wreck on the freeway, and there was 2 car seats. I couldn't find the second baby. And he says, I was on the ground labeling body parts all night. And that was the beginning of the end of my marriage, because he couldn't heal from that. Our law enforcement is hurting. Our law enforcement needs support. Our law enforcement has a waiting time, right? In our area, it's 3 hours before something happens, you know. So we have a lot to do. Our law enforcement is going to be one of my top priorities, to make sure that we get to where we're going. And cleaning up is the first thing to do, and assessing them. Then from then, it's going to be support. And then from there, we can move forward. Because I know qualified immunity is a big topic. They removed it, they give it back, they removed it, they want it, they don't want you to have it. It's crazy. There's 2 sides to every coin. And I know what's going on, but there's also bad apples that make it really difficult for the rest of us to function. So it's a very intricate, very intellectual process, but I have a plan for that. And it's gonna take a lot of time, but if you stay connected to me, and you stay connected to Crystal over there, you will have a say-so in that process. Because I never said I have all the answers, but I do believe New Mexico can fix New Mexico. I believe the people that work in the trenches and in the front lines have the answers, and they're the ones that are gonna make decisions. And we will always, if it's a difficult decision, I will never make those decisions on your behalf. I will bring it up in a special election, and I will have you guys make a decision, especially on things like the death penalty. It'll be taken to you, especially the Christians. What do you think? I will never make a decision that will impact your life if it's not done in a good way. That's Navajo for you have to walk a beautiful life. It's about having a beautiful understanding of how things happen. And that's how I'm going to govern. I'm going to ask you, what do you need? This is a problem. Help me with it. And that's what leadership is. I will help you understand it, and we will lead ourselves out of this mess. But that's my answer for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. You have one? Come on.
Oh,
I'll come to you.
I'm a loud mouth, so everybody can hear me. Just for the camera. Yeah.
Just kind of going back to education. I went to college to be a nurse. I went through nursing school. I signed every promissory note I took out in a loan. And now we're just throwing those kids to the, free college, free loans. I was, sorry. I lost my nursing career to my health. And I didn't get near where I wanted to go. And I was gonna be a midwife. And because of all my illnesses, a diabetic, I have 6 autoimmune diseases and about 10 other things. And so my legs were like this from shifts that were, 14 hours. And I don't think it's right that even though I had to stop, my loans were still paid. I paid $48,000 to pay off my loans, and Grisham is just saying, oh, free school for everybody. Okay, give me back that $48,000, I'll pay it on my mortgage, I'll pay it on my car. It's not fair. How do you change that? Sorry.
Okay, so this is the whole free education thing, and I think when that happened, I also felt, because there's a lot of us that did pay our loans off, we went to school for. Mine was a $35,000 my husband had to pay for, that I went to school for, and just giving out free education. So basically your degrees become worth nothing. Everybody and their cousin will have a degree, and you can even hang one on your toilet, you can hang one in the office, you can hang one in the kitchen. Everyone's gonna have a degree. No one's gonna really know if you are actually worth that degree, because now everyone will have one. So we need to be able to, I think we're gonna have to balloon and step it up, not just secondary education, the PAC. We're gonna have to step it up. See, they pushed this whole package through, but the money will run out, and we'll be able to impact that through policy. My thing is, if you're gonna be on education, I think you should get drug tested if you're gonna get it free. We'll make it harder in all avenues. Oh, guess what, you have to take a drug test again. So then it's harder to get it for free. But they put these things into action that we're gonna have to unravel. But my answer is, I stand with you and I know what you're saying. And I'll do everything I can to stop what is unfair to what happened to us in our education system. Because a lot of us put in the work. A lot of us, paid it back. But they're not doing it. And that's the whole stopping the education and the whole workforce development, and the workforce is being impacted, is what I'm trying to say. I get it, I know. But when we get in there and you start really looking at the policy, because I haven't seen it, because a lot of it, they put it up really quick, then they take it off the internet, and you can't find it again. We're gonna have to see what the fine print is. They put that there, but I don't know if it's just a distraction for something bigger. We're gonna have to look at it. But yeah, I get it, and I don't think it's fair either. I think that if you had a loan, you should pay it back, and I don't think education should be free, easy, because now everyone will be a doctor, everyone will be a teacher, and it's like, okay, well, we have a lot of them, but then there's no jobs. There's no one to pay them, and so everyone's running around. On the reservation is what I understand it to be. Everyone and their cousin has a business degree, but there's no businesses being opened up. Go figure. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't work that way, so we have to figure this one out. And this is gonna be one of those, I have to get in there first for me to actually know the right answer. That's how I feel. I feel the same way you do.
Great, thank you. I want to thank Clovis again. Thank you for having us, Roxy. Thank you for your help. And thank you everyone for coming out today. Our next event will be tomorrow in Hobbs at the library. So if you know anyone in Hobbs, let them know. It's going to be 4 to 7, and we encourage the public to come out and ask their questions. They can submit their questions to me. I do have an email address, and after this, if you want to come up to me, I can share that with you. But again, thank you so much, and thank you for coming out and supporting us. Thank you.